What's up, everyone? It's me, Boston Chris, and what am I doing? I'm live. Why am I live? Because I'm doing, I'm going to show some stuff. I'm going to show some things that I got at a really, really, really amazing convention that I went to 6 months ago. So I'm a little late, but, you know, better late than never, right? So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and, just show some stuff that I got from Heroes Con in Charlotte, which was awesome. Had a really, really fun time down there. It was the first time it's actually the first uh, place I've ever been outside of the Northeast for a convention, which is pretty fun. Let's see, we got Splash Page in the chat. What's going on, Splash? I can hit you up with a link if you want to join. I do that in a second. So let me go ahead and give Splash a link real quick. It was a great show. It was a great show. I went initially because we'd all been talking about it. Just a bunch of different people in the community were talking about they were thinking about going, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to get there this year. So I did. I got kind of FOMO'd last year watching people, go there and seeing their halls and just seeing the amount of people that went. And the guest list was incredible. The guest list was really, really cool. So I was like, I gotta get down there. So I went, down to Charlotte. I actually met Budat in person. Somebody who I've known for years and years, but never actually got to hang out with them. So I, went down, got to hang out with Budat and Big Lion Cat and Yahweh. Yahweh actually stayed in my room in the hotel. And then we just kind of like that was our crew just kind of going back and forth throughout the weekend, and then we just kept meeting up with just more and more people. Like there's just Lady Fantastic, comic chiropractor Dustin, his brother, from Two Brothers, Mr. Let, got who else, Christina Payne, Madam Blaster, Vogs, was DJ Lynx, there was so many people, Burke, Legion of Comics, just, I mean, too many people to list. I mean, there was just a ton of people there. It was such a fun time. But first thing I'm going to show off is the program. So you got the program from the Heroes Con. Really, really awesome art on this too. But the show floor was enormous. Like it was a lot. As far as like everything being spread out, which was really cool because the aisles were nice and big. And even though there were a lot of people, but it never felt cramped. Like you were able to kind of get around, move well. There was no, there were definitely lines, but it wasn't so congested that you were like kind of stuck together. Like you could look for books. And then one of the downsides to that a little bit was that, because there was such a big area, the artists can kind of be separated a little bit. So, I mean, it's good and bad. Like you definitely got your steps in. But sometimes they'd be like, all right, so I'm going to meet this guy over here. But then and you look at the map and you see that, oh, they're on the whole other side of the building to see the next guy, which is cool. To see the next artist or whatever. And then, it was a good time. It was fun as far as, the way they had it set up. The vendors and the absolute vault of comics that was there was unbelievable. Like I'm pretty sure I saw a couple of $1 million walls. There was just so much stuff everywhere that I was just like, oh my god. Big Lion Cat said the first day, he says like there's probably no more concentrated area that you'll see Iron Man ones than at this place. And I started counting them. I think I got about 15 Iron Man ones I saw in that room. And I know that there's other people that had them, but like he was right though. I mean, there was like so many books that I had never seen in person before that I was like, oh wow, like they have this one. I mean, rare books, old books, high grades of some really, really awesome books. Like there was a 9.6 of the first Vampirella for $29,000. So little bit less than what I had in my pocket. I'm sorry, a little bit more than what I had, a little bit out of my budget, but it is what it is. Let me show up to the con with 29 grand in my pocket. Yeah, right. I could never do that. I don't have that kind of money, but if I did, I probably wouldn't have bought that. I probably would have bought a couple collections, and I wouldn't have been able to take it on the plane with me because there was, I don't have that kind of storage. But um, just seeing if anybody, just take a look, see if anybody joined, because I'm not really great at that. Um, so yeah, I'm. If you can't tell, I'm not really accustomed to going live and hosting myself. Usually, it's other people that I'm on their shows, so they're doing the hosting duties and everything else. I am kind of a fish out of water with this, but I'm trying to do more streams and get more, just more into doing this because I have a lot of fun with it. So, without any further ado, just because I'm sure that hearing me ramble isn't what people want to hear. People are here to see the books. So we will start off with some books that let me see. Let me organize these a little bit. So I guess we can start off with books I got signed there because I think that's what I have closer in front of me. So give me 1 second and I will grab those. So I ended up getting and there was so many artists that like you could have easily had just tons and tons and tons of stuff. Like I know Yahweh, my God, that man had just like a wagon full of books. I mean, and great books at that, but just full of different books. With just everything he's trying to get signed by all these different people, and it was just one of those things where like I was just like, dude, like I'm curious how you're gonna get through all this, just because that there was so many artists there, but he had managed to meet a good amount of people that he wanted to. So I didn't have as many because I was on a mission to try to get some books lately. Like that was my focus was getting books signed. Sorry, getting books so that I could really make the most out of that trip because for me I had been just really thinking about what books are there, like what can you come back with, because I had heard so many good things about everybody who had gone, and they were saying about like just the different stuff that they had picked up. And I was just like, well, if I ever go, I got to try to see if I can come back with a great haul like that too. So I think there's one other book that I have, but I can't find it right now that it was signed, but that's okay. Let's start off with what I have in hand. So of the books I got signed, I had brought with me a couple of Simpsons books just because Bill Morrison was going to be there, and Bill Morrison usually doesn't come by my way, so I started to kind of narrow things down based on who was going to be at Terrificon and who was going to be at Heroes, just because there was a lot of crossover. So I was like, all right, if I don't see you here, I can go and see you at Terrificon, so that'll work. So I got him to sign my Simpsons #1. So this is a book that I keep seeing just about everywhere I go. So I got him to sign that. And then I also got him to sign my Simpsons stories. What's it called? Simpsons Comics and Stories. This is the first appearance of Simpsons and Comics. So he signed that. And then he also signed the poster, which is awesome. And then um, I swear, I know I brought him 2 of those. I'm just not sure exactly where I put it because I've been moving stuff around. So it's over here somewhere, I want to say. If not here, maybe there. Nope. It's over here. So, but I got him to sign both of those. And so now I have those 2 signed, and just kind of adding to that whole pile of books, like so that I get to see them when I do. I have them sign the stuff just because that is just fun. So, and I always manage to try to pick up some more. And then another guy that I was really, really looking forward to meeting, because he doesn't really do conventions all that often, was Mr. Stephen Platt. And a couple of years ago, I ended up getting a bunch of the Moon Knight that he had done for Volume 2. And his covers are so distinct that like them right away. Like they're just really, really fun covers. So I got him to go ahead and sign all the covers in that run. So luckily for me, these are all high grade. So I have 55, then 56. Then we got this one always demands a price, man. Like this is a good one. 57 that has Spider-Man on there. So yeah, Stephen Platt signing that. I was excited for that. And then we got 58. which is a little easier to come by. Number 58, still really good covers, and puts a ton of detail into them. Then we got 59, which is another really crazy detailed cover. And then the final issue, number 60. So all of them signed by Stephen Platt. Nice, really just nice high grade books. And I mean, I thought about doing on-site grading, but I was just like, I didn't do it right away just because I was more nervous about, making the plane and not having to be held up and held over. So I, kind of just decided on that. So for me, that was it. That was all the books I decided that I was gonna bring to get signed, because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep it light, and put my money towards actually getting books. So with that being the case, I did pick up a bunch of books, and there was some things that I was really looking forward to getting, and I have to say I think I did pretty well. So let me start with so this is a book I picked up because of it's for a great cause. So, and it's a community book as well. So I got the Comics Curing Cancer. This is the um, cover art by David Sanchez, the Hulk one. So it's limited to 300. They do this every year for the show. Really, really awesome book. So I just wanted to get that, and this has people from all over the comic community submitted art into this thing. So really, really fun. I think maybe next time I go, um, I might try to see if I can get signatures from the people that worked on stuff in here if they're there, just because that would be kind of awesome to have too. Not only to have the book, but to have the artists who worked on it within the community sign it as well. So that's definitely an idea for a future show. So I actually let me see. So I have a bunch of different stuff, and there's all kinds of stories about the stuff I got and everything else. But I'm gonna go ahead and just show some books that I got straight without having to get in any real stories about them right yet. So this is a book, just a cool purchase I picked up, and actually this one I think is nicer than the one I sold. But so we got Galactus: The Origin. So this I think retails from the store 169 and 170, I think it is. Um, but yeah, I picked this up there for a great price, and they were all talking about deals. They were all willing to do deals, so a lot of great collectors there. We have then we got Batman, 666. This is the Damian Wayne, I think, first appearance in this one, or Damian Wayne is Batman. I think that's what it is. First appearance of Damian Wayne as Batman in this story. So another great pickup there. And it was just fun to be able to grab some stuff. Um, and yeah, I mean, there was so many different things that I saw, and it was tough to make a decision on like what to get and what not to, and what to hold back on, just because there was I mean, every vendor there was looking to make deals. Everybody was kind of just chilling, doing their thing, and it was just so much fun. Um, oh yeah, so like I said, just about every show I go to, I always pick up another Simpsons. So there it is, another Simpsons number one. Pick that up. I had already gone and gotten Bill to sign that, so I just kind of I didn't go back and get him to sign this one just because like, I already saw Bill. And then I picked up another one of these. This is Married with Children, first appearance of Married with Children, Bundy's. So another fun book. Um, and just picked up another Radioactive Man, number one. So I have another one of these. The one my original one, somebody was supposed to try to get signed at Boston Fan Expo, but he ended up going. So I have to get that back from him. But so I picked up another one of these, really fun. And if you don't notice, he's got the glow in the dark skeleton there, so that's kind of a fun book there. Um, then oh, there it is. There's the other one I got from. All right, there it is. So this was the other book from Bill. So I got this signed. So this is the one that Bleeker got me, and he got it signed by Phil Ortiz. And then I got Bill Marston, and then so he went ahead and signed that for me. So definitely excited to have a double sign. So I have a double sign, a single sign, and keep going with that. So then we get some other books. So these are just, like I said, I'm just kind of showing you books that I picked up, and then I'll get to the bigger ones, the ones that I was, really looking for and trying to get into with it. But so Oh, we have someone in here. We have a guest. Let me go ahead and bring this guy in. You got Bleecker Street Comics.
What's going on, Boston Chris? How you doing, brother?
What's going on, Bleak?
You know,
It's actually funny because I was saying, I was like, I knew I couldn't find the other one. I was like, where did I put this one at? And so I was just like, yeah, because I got one book, one of my Simpsons signed by Bill Morrison when I was down there, and I got another one too. So I got I knew I brought the one that you already got me to get signed on there. So yep, this bad boy. So
right. Yeah, because that one was already signed by what, Phil Ortiz, I think, right?
Yeah. So I got both of them on that one, and then and don't Bleak a fool, folks. We are friends, but he's spying. He's been waiting. Him and a few others have been waiting to find out what it was that I actually got from there and everything like that. So, I've
spying.
You don't know.
What do you mean spying?
We always
Who's spying?
On the hunt. We always kind of try to be like secretive about the stuff we get. Although some people aren't. Some people just show it and let it be what it is. But then all of a sudden you sit there and you go, I know exactly what you have. And all of a sudden this monster book comes out that you didn't know that the person had. Like, oh no, what happened? How did this? But let's see what other books I. So like I said, people were dealing. They were. I mean, there were plenty of good deals to be had. I ended up picking up just because I couldn't help myself. So I got this is I think what Cameo of Damien.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I did that. And then because, like I said, like they were just deals there, so I picked up another one. So I got two of those. I showed up the 666 a little earlier, but somebody else had a good deal, and I was able to, and like again, like I just walked up and I would buy a bunch of things all at once. So I ended up getting another one. So I have two of these 666s to go with the 656, and then I got the 655, which is I guess the first full Damian. So got my Damian Wayne fix. So if Damian Wayne ever becomes anything in the DC universe, I'm ready for you. I got you.
Well, it's almost hard for him not to become something in the DC universe, I would think.
Yeah, no, like, I'm waiting. I see. I'm looking at it where it's like they've kind of gone away from like the Dark Knight Batman is gone. You know what I mean? So they're not doing that anymore. So I mean, yeah, they can go in a million different directions. So once they announce another league.
What's the timeline with the new Sparkle Vampire Batman? What's his timeline?
So with Pattinson, they were doing like year one.
That's like year 1, year 2, right? That's what I saw. Yeah.
But it gives you room to grow on. So you can eventually go and introduce the League of Shadows again. So once they do that, once the League of Assassins gets brought back in, Talia al Ghul and all that, it's like that's when you're gonna get your Damian eventually. So.
It's Rumorville, but they're supposed to go with the New 52 sort of timeline and do the Court of Owls storyline and stuff like that.
Yeah, so they can do a lot. I mean, there's a lot of directions they can go.
Batman is almost endless. You really don't even. You could just continue to pump out regular Batman movies, and they would probably just do fine.
Yeah, I mean. To that extent, it's like you could even just do like if you wanted to, just standalone stories that aren't even in the comics. It's like Batman goes to Greece or something like that, and it's just like, all right, there he is. He's out there. He's being greasy. He's doing his thing.
Greasy bats. There he is.
There it is. It's like Bruce Wayne is out there, and he's in a spot and hanging out doing it.
Just greased up.
Yeah.
Greased up in Greece, baby. That's what we do.
So I actually, this is another book. So I think this is what I picked up with those Batman books. So I picked up this one here. This is the first appearance, I think, of the organization Sword.
Okay, very cool, man.
So yeah, it's just a really awesome cover. And then first appearance of that group, and then so I have this. I think I have this in a slab. And then I think I have 8.0 of this, but then I picked up another one. So I get the first Spider-Man, His Amazing Friends. So it's first Starfire and comics.
I think I just won a Gambit, first appearance at Gambit for $250 Canadian.
Oh wow, nice!
Pretty sure I just won that.
Nice. Well, did you get the little Did you get the little like ring from
No,
eBay?
no, but I placed a last minute bid trying to snipe it.
So you're just waiting for it to kind of like do its
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. It's on.
That's
I don't know if
yeah.
people know this because Facebook sucks. I know Facebook sucks. I'm sorry,
Oh, Facebook. Okay.
but Facebook has a lot of good groups.
Oh yeah,
Facebook,
no, like there's definitely stuff you can get off Facebook. I
yeah,
think
there's a lot of sellers. There's a lot of comic book groups like selling pages and stuff like that, and auction pages on Facebook. There's lots of them.
yeah, I haven't dabbled too much into it. I had one kind of crap experience with that, which was um I had bought so years ago I had bought, and it was an auction or whatever like that, and it ended, and I got a really really good price on the first Annihilus,
Nice.
and it was like $40, and this is well before anything like really blew up, but like at the time it was still like maybe like a $70 book or something like that, and the guy never sent it to me, and I paid him, but he never sent it to me, and I was like thanks, and it was because he was pissed off that it didn't go for more.
Well,
But then again,
he's a very reliable seller, so I bought off him a bunch of stuff.
but then there was another time where my Star Wars 1 through 10, I got that off of somebody off of eBay. I remember I was just like I'd seen it. I'm sorry, not eBay, off of Facebook. I had
Like
seen it.
place or something like that, or
Yeah,
actually, yeah.
it was like a local pickup thing and this and that. And I was like, all right. Well, and the person lived like nearby where I work, so I was just like, I can meet you after I'm done with work. Like, does this day after 5 p.m. work for you? And they're like, yeah. Like, I was like, do you want to meet? Because there's like there's this little plaza that's like right next to my job, and I'm like, you want to meet there because it's open public place and this and that. And they're like, no, come back to like where I live. I live like 2 streets over from there. I was like, all right. So I went, and there's this really nice lady, and she was like, yeah, she's like, here's these books, and they were all in like super nice like condition. So I was like, all right. I was like, thank you. And so I got 1 through 10 for basically I paid $10 a book. So 1 through 10.
Oh, god damn,
Let's do it.
that's a
Because
good deal.
yeah, I was shocked. I was just like, so because I figured I was like, oh, you want that for just number one? She's like, no, she's like 1 to 10. She's like, and I guess like it's a friend of hers that like that lives I guess upstairs. He was on vacation at the time, but he's like, yeah,
Right.
he's got these and he keeps selling them. I'm like, does he have any more? It's like, and if he wants, like, if he's trying to sell anything else, it's like, what other book? Like, if he has any other comics, you let me know. I was like,
Yeah,
because, and it's funny because like where that is, like, there's a comic shop like right down the street. So I'm just like, I mean, hopefully he doesn't take them all over there and sell them there. But I don't know if they get a whole bunch of stuff.
that's the worst thing people do is to take it to a comic shop. I know it seems like that's what you should do sometimes, but they pay
Yeah,
pennies on the dollar, man.
yeah. No, that's kind of their.
For a book, and they always are like, I don't know, bro. I don't think there's anything here I want. I'll give you something, like, I don't know, a couple $100.
So let's see. I got some more stuff to show too, and it's funny because I got these just to make I got these because I knew it was gonna make Dustin sad because Dustin likes this book, and he's like, oh, like trying to get that in a 9/8, such a hard one because like the back cover is a dark cover, and so it's really hard to get a 9/8. But like I'm trying, man. I'm gonna keep getting these books, this and that. And so I was like, okay. I was like, I like where your head's at, and because you're saying you're getting this book, I'm gonna continue to get this book. So I ended up picking up that Rock and Roll Comics number 40. So this is NWA and Ice Cube. And so and I figured that he'd be out there hunting them. So I was like, all right, let's see who else has them. So, and there was a guy who had one, and then another guy had another one. So I ended up picking up 2. So I should send those to Dustin and be like, hey man, make them 9/8. see what you can do.
You make these 9/8 or else.
No. He can make them zeros if I sit there and give him a hard time. Like, no.
Definitely do that.
like, oh, hold on, let me just. Oh no, what are you doing?
Sorry, bro. Slip with the eraser. Fucking tore the whole back cover off.
I don't know how I did that. But this actually was a fun pickup too. Like this one here. So I was it's funny because so the guy I was talking to, like I saw the book and it didn't have a price on it, so I was just like, what do you think you can do for me on this one? I was like, because I'm just kind of thinking, I was like, it's not a price, so I'm just curious on it. And he's just like, he's like, He's like, $30. I was just saying, I was like, $30. I was like, I'll take it. He's like, I know you will. That's exactly. I know you will. I was like, oh wow. So I was excited. I was like, all right, perfect. So then I ended up getting the Living Mummy.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, so first Living Mummy for $30 is a great deal. Just because I think this goes, upwards of like 50. So I was like, yeah, I'll take that. That works.
No, when somebody can drop a price down a couple like $20, $15, that's always, especially if you know what the book's worth, right? So it's good.
Yeah, definitely. And then, so that was, I think, like the second book I bought when I was in there. But this one here is the first one. This is like the first book I saw that I was like, "Ooh, I'm getting this because this is the book that's on my list, and I don't have it, and I, wanted to get it." And it was again really, really good.
I had to get this Gambit because I've sold 2 of them already. I'm like, I better get one before it gets too expensive.
Yeah, definitely, man. He's gonna be in that movie. I'm almost positive. So it's just like, yeah, like now's the time to get him just to make sure you have it. And
yeah.
Then if you're feeling froggy, like, you know what, I've had it long enough. Let me go ahead and sell this, and then
maybe I'll sell it again. Who knows, brother? Who knows? Maybe I'll sell it again.
But I ended up picking up this. So first, Lilith.
I just got that in the 8.0. Actually, very cool.
Yeah, so I was just like, I got it, and I was just like, yeah, man, like that. That's how I started things off. I was like, I bought this, first thing I bought when I walked in. So I was like, all right, cool. And then the next thing, because I kind of was like eyeballing this, and I saw it somewhere else, and I was just like, and I've kind of told a story on this. I showed this the other day, and it's so this actually, funny enough, this is the only slab I've never bought a slab at a convention before. Like, this is the only slab I've ever bought at a convention. This She-Hulk.
Nice.
Yeah, She-Hulk. Was it 240? She-Hulk number 40. It's a 9.8. So I was like, and it's funny because like I always wanted this cover, and
that's the one that everybody's sort of after. That's a big one.
Yeah, and I was just like it was like one of those deals where it's like it's a 9.8. I was like, I'm not gonna get a better grade than that. So yeah, I was like, I gotta see what I can do on this. So I asked him, I was like, dude, do you have any room on this? And he's like, no. He's like, I don't have any room on that. But he goes, because it's not my book, but I have my own books, and if you're interested and you want to see them, I'll make you a deal. I think I'll make you a sweet deal on this. So like, this you'll pay straight. He's like, but I'll give you a deal on some other stuff. So I was like, all right, cool. So he gave me a stack of books, and I was looking through them, and I picked up a couple of them, and he was so excited that like I wanted to see his books that he was like, no, he's like, I'm gonna trust me, I'm gonna give you a deal of a lifetime. You watch and see. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I had that in hand, and I was like, all right, well, and I saw this on as well. So yeah, it's like and this Hellrider number, was it? This is number,
that's very cool.
It's number 2 or number 1. So it's the Ghost Rider prototype in the first appearance.
Yeah, I looked at that a couple times. It's a cool book, man.
Oh yeah, it's a great one. So he was like, yeah, that. And then he also was like, and then I was sitting down, I was like, all right, let me see what else. And so I was like, all right, I don't have this, and I've actually wanted this for a while, but I never had one. So I was like, so I got first Scott Lang, Ant-Man. Yeah. And so all together, like it was like 280. He's like, yeah, he's like 280. All the that's just gonna be for. I was like, for real? Because the slab was 250, and then he gave me these two. He gave me these two for $30. I was like, dude. I was like, yes. I was like, yes. All right, perfect. So like I had a lot of fun in that first day because I was like, oh my god,
yeah, it's a good chunk. Man, that's a good deal.
Yeah, and it was like, so it was funny because like I was looking around and I was looking at different books. I ended up picking up another one of the. I think I have one first print of this, and then I ended up finding with the NWA books. I found the Guns N' Roses one.
Oh, nice! I got a ton of those rock and roll books now. I have the Zeppelin one, and I have the punk rock one. Who is it? I can't remember. Who is it? Whatever.
Oh, the Ramones, maybe?
Not the Ramones. It's the British.
The Cure?
No. They made a TV show. The Sex Pistols, for Christ's sake. God
damn. Yeah.
I couldn't find it. My names really escape me, man. Anytime I go to think of a name, it like pops right out of my head.
It's all right. It's not a biggie. But like,
I could see the picture. I could see the picture of the band. I could sing their songs. I'm all like, I don't know who they are.
So the funny part, like that first Lilith was supposed to be on my list of stuff, and I just never wrote it down. But it's just
That
like ah,
first Lilith, I'm so happy to have that. I love the first Lilith, and it goes so fantastically with the Tomb of Dracula #1. Like together, they're beautiful, beautiful.
oh, like they stand out, and that cover is way nicer than I mean when you really look at it, it's so much nicer than you would imagine.
Oh,
Like, wow,
yeah.
this is a really pretty cover. Like I
Yeah,
like this book.
it's really nice looking, man. Yeah.
But yeah, so I was still trying to find books lists and everything like this. I was like, all right, I get books lists now, and I kept saying, different books I was, really wanting to get, and if I could get my hands on them, I got to try and check it out, see what I
I
can do.
just got the first Legion of Monsters too. What is it?
The Marvel
Premiere 28 or whatever.
Yeah, it's Marvel Premiere 28, I think it is. The Legion of
28.
Monsters yellow cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. But this is one I've been chasing for a while too. Like I was excited when I saw this. I was like, I gotta buy this. I think I bought this with that first Lilith, and it was the first appearance of Spider-Woman. So Marvel Spotlight 32.
Hey, that's nice. That's a good one. What kind of grade is that? That's a beauty.
Oh, it's a high grade one. I mean, I don't really see any ticks or anything like that. Everything looks great on this thing. So
That's a nice book, man.
yeah, really, really nice. And then so I was able to, that's one that I have to cross off my list because I was like, and that's been on my list for a while too. And I'm like, I gotta finally get this. And then when it came to just kind of the reason I put Conan #1 is because I kind of have been picking up a bunch of different Conan stuff. I have the first. I have Conan 24, which people say,
Did
that's
you
the
pick
first.
up Conan #1?
No, not yet. In due time. That's actually, I should get to that because I do have that somewhere, but it's on my list of books that I definitely want to pick up for this year. But I ended up getting Conan 23.
Oh, okay.
So now I have the full Red Sonja thing. I have Cameo or first and second or however you want to take whatever you want to say.
Nah, her 23 is definitely her first. But
that's it's like kind of like that.
I definitely, if you need those books, pick them up now because they're about as cheap as you're ever gonna get them.
Exactly, and I was just like, dude, I had to pick this up because this is definitely
the movie did it no favors whatsoever.
So I have to say, man. So at Hustlemania, I said that I was ready. Oh, I was so ready for TM. As soon as I wish things had worked out a little differently because I was ready for TM and I would have won this shit. I was ready. I'm ready for a bunch of people with this one just because, it was one of those things where it's like I knew I had this and I was waiting for him to play it, and I'm like, oh, what do you mean this whole thing? So I ended up picking up first Teen Titans. Got a great deal on this. So I was talking with the guy and this and that, and I was just like, just kind of just seeing what I could do negotiation wise. I was like, you know what? I was like, would you take 90 for this? He's like, and he kind of gave me the whole thing. He was like, and it took a good minute and a half to decide, and I was just like, he's gonna say no, and he's like, yeah. I was like, perfect. I was like, here's $90, and I walked away. So, but yeah, this is great. I wanted to get this. I wanted to take this to Terrificon and get it signed, but
I feel like TM won his or something. Like he got like a 7.5 or something cool.
Something like that, yeah. And but I was ready for him. I was ready, man. If he had played that, I was ready for him. I was ready for him. So excited. I was like, I'm gonna beat TM if he plays any of this stuff. Too bad Bobby threw me out early, so I couldn't do anything. But it's okay. Because congratulations to TM for winning Hustlemania, because that, I have to say, is always cool when in that competition. It's tough because it's like everybody comes and brings their A game, and it's so hard to go.
If I wasn't the goddamn second fucking person in the goddamn place, I probably would have. I was close. I was almost there. I could taste it.
No, it is tough because I didn't expect to have to do what I had to do right away. I was like, I can pace myself, and then all of a sudden everyone's showing like monsters. I was like, oh wow! I was like, I gotta go big right in the beginning, and so thank God people like the Phoenix more than they like NYX because it was almost a very quick exit for me. I was able to exit you with that one, which makes me happy. But I was just like, I was like, man, I don't know.
Not the first time that fucking book. That book almost never loses on the hunt. I don't think I've ever seen it lose, to be honest.
It's
fucking book.
People really like that book. I don't know. I don't have a really good explanation for it, but I was just like,
especially who that beat me with a 9.8 copy. You beat me with a copy. A couple people. That fucking book.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's a great one. It really is, and it's just like, you know,
I hate it. If I ever get that book, I'm burning it.
Oh God. Just instead of burning it, if you ever get it, maybe you might want to, you know, sell it. And I burned it with money, and I got some money for it, and I'm
gonna get a 1.0 and I'm gonna fucking set it on fire.
I mean, if that's what you want to do, go for it. I'm not gonna yell at you about 1.0, but you know, if it's a nicer copy though, I'm not gonna be like, you know, just be like, let's not say things we don't mean, okay? Let's take it easy.
I'm not a crazy man. I just watched Roof Man. That was pretty cool.
Roof Man,
yeah.
Is that what's that on?
It's about the guy that he used to steal money. He used to go through the roofs of McDonald's and Burger Kings and stuff. And then
Toys R Us or whatever.
Yeah, that's the guy. I
didn't see that. Yeah, it looked really interesting. I was like, dude, this movie looks nuts.
I thought it was going to be more of a fun romp, and it's more of a, I don't know. It's sort of like it's fun, but it's sort of sad.
Oh, see, I figured it would be something like that. Where it's like,
and they made it into a Hollywood love story.
I mean,
which is fine. I'm sure that's like it. You know, it was cool. It was a good story. It was really a good movie. It's just it was very like, I don't know, not as fun and rompy as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Well, I did want to see it because I saw the trailer for it and I was like, oh, this is actually pretty interesting. I want to check this out.
Pretty good. It's pretty good, man. It's on streaming now. I just watched it tonight, so
yeah, I'll have to check that out. So still got a couple books, which is phenomenal because it's like, oh wow, you've gone through it. Yeah, like I still have a couple. So this next book is another one that's on my list. I've been chasing it for years, and I've you know had so much just like disappointment with trying to get it, just because it's like either it's beaten up or you know it's just way too much money. So I was just like, all right, I can never get it right. But this again, great prices, people are cool. So I was like, all right, here we go. So finally get that What If 105. Spider Girl one and this next. I was almost gonna settle for just getting that Spider Girl #1 reprint thing, but nope, I got the actual What If 105. So yay, because this continues that What If run for me, and I'm happy to have this just because this is an elusively tough book to get. Like, you wouldn't think it's as tough to get as it is, but at least if you're not trying to spend a fortune on, like if you want to spend $300, people sell it to you with no problem, but it's really expensive. And then the last book that I have. So this is my final book, and this one is the one that, as far as my objective, like this was actually my objective, and poetically enough, this is the last book I bought. But this was my objective as far as you know what I wanted to pick up, what I wanted to leave Heroes with, and I had seen a bunch of them, and I had been back and forth, and like because the first day I walked in. You know, the booth that had it, and it was a little bit more than what I wanted to pay. Grade was right around what I was looking for, but I was like, I think I can do better. So I was just going around, and I finally got to a guy, and I was just like, he had it there, and I was just like, you know, I was like, hi, I was like, you know, just curious, like, do you have any room on this book? And the guy goes, well, he's like, I'm not the owner. He's like, I'm the, I think what he said, he's like, I'm not the owner. He's like, I'm more of the buyer on this thing. He's like, but let me talk to the owner real quick. And I was just like, okay. And then he was just like, yeah, like I'm gonna go get him. He's like, I'm gonna call him. So he called the guy, and he's like, yeah, you need to come over. Someone wants to, you know, look at a book, see if you have any room. And then like as he's coming over, he's like, dude, he's like, I've been telling him all weekend that he needs to go on some of this stuff. So let me talk to him when he gets here, and then like we'll see what we can do. So I was like, all right. So so I was like, you have any room on this? And he goes, he just starts looking at it and this and that. And the guy talked with him and this and that and everything. And so he was like, yeah, he's like, I can do something for you. So I'll show you the book without further ado, and I'll tell you what I pay for it after. So it is first Morbius.
Oh, Bangarang, Peter.
Yeah. So I was like excited. I was like, dude, I was like, all right. So here's the price that was on it. Was $275.
It's not a cheap book these days.
No, and so I was like, all right. So I was just like, what do you think you can do? And so the guy that was with him was like talking to him this and that, and he was like, yeah, it's like, he's like, just I see them going back and forth, and nothing was wrong. He was just kind of like, and the guy was like nodding. So I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I hope those are happy nods. And so he came back to me. He's like, $225. I was just like,
sold.
I was just like, I was expecting like $250 or something like that. He was like, nope, $225. I was just like, yes. I was just like, I will do that for $225. And so he was just like, all right, cool. And then we were just talking after that, and he goes, yeah, he's like, he has something that he was kind of high on and stuff like that. He's like, but no one's come around for a little while. People kind of come and they walk away. He's like, I've been telling him like you should probably start trying to lower this down, just because, I mean, towards the end of the show, and this is the only show I've ever seen people really do this at. A couple people were kind of doing it at Terrificon, but like at the end of the show, on that Sunday, people were like liquidating. Like I've never really seen people really like do like people were like liquidating like, and I was like, because Jigs was talking about like, oh yeah, he's like, I'm buying this, and so Jigs was telling us like dude, people are selling like long boxes, like they're selling their boosts to people.
And people definitely. That they'll sell you boxes especially the under the table boxes. They'll sell you that shit all day long.
So I was like, oh wow. I was like, okay. And so I was watching this girl, and she ended up buying a collection, and it was like, I think like 15 like long boxes, and there was good stuff in there, like because she was like looking and price and this and that, and then so like, and she and I guess her and the guy came up, and he was like, he's like, all right, well my math, I'm saying 2,700. And then she's like, that's your, she's like, because with my math, it looks like it would be like 32. But she's like, but we can do whatever. I'm like, wow. And so at that point, I was like, dude, I was like, Jig's gonna make like a bandit here, because people are selling things left and right. So I ended up doing well in that, just because nobody went up to that guy and asked him for anything. So I lucked out, I guess, and I ended up getting that. We got another guest. Let me go ahead and bring him out to the stage.
Hello, YouTubians.
Dang it, it's Splash Page.
How y'all doing?
Good, man.
Good.
I hope you had.
I'd have been on earlier, but I popped on when Chris started, and I just put the food to my mouth. He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna drop the link." And I went, "Really?"
Hey.
Hope you had a good Christmas, Monty.
Oh no, it sucked.
Yeah, I know you were sick, but
Yeah, I was sick for 5 straight days.
Oh, God dang it all.
That's never fun. 5 straight days. Crazy.
I gotta stop hanging out with strange women.
I mean, yeah, because that'll give you a different kind of sick. You don't want that.
You gotta hang out with more of them. You gotta build up your immune system.
I caught the flu is what I got. Bad case of it.
Yeah, it's going around, man. It's going around.
Yeah, like my boss had it real bad. Like she had gone to Thailand, and then she came back, and I want to say within maybe like a few days of coming back, she had the flu, and she was just like, yeah, she was really she had gone for Thanksgiving, and then after that she was just like, oh, she was just really under the weather. So I was just like, damn, that's rough. But
so that's your big. Is that like everything that you got from Heroes Con Boston?
Yeah, that is my Heroes Con haul. So I still have my Terrificon haul to do and everything like that. So I'll do the Terrificon haul tomorrow. That'll be separate from the from the new
Terrificon haul. I can stay on later tomorrow because I don't have to work the next day.
Yeah, and that's what I'm planning on doing. Like so, I might do the Terrificon haul during the day.
Mm-hmm.
I can, and then and then tomorrow, the New Year's Eve show, I'll just be showing things. Anybody can come on and show stuff if they want, and we can just kind of go with that. Just because it'd probably be more of a year in review type thing, like everybody kind of hanging back and having some fun. But
I got
yeah,
some.
man.
I'm starting off the year pretty strong. I got some pretty good books coming in the next couple of weeks, so we're doing all right.
You actually remember everything you bought over the last year?
Over the last year, you know what? I'm going to tell you something, Monty. I did not buy very much this last year. So when Biggie Shaq, like, he's like, you're in the finals for whatever. I'm like, I bought, like, I don't know, a handful of comics, like, at best.
I didn't buy very many either, but I don't remember what I bought.
I've almost already bought more comics this year than I bought all of last year. And I'm not even in this year yet. Like, they're coming in the next year.
Well, I did go to the comic shop today and pick up my posters, and I did buy a book.
What'd you buy? You want to show it?
Yeah, here in a minute. I'll go get it. So
I wonder if it's one of them all winners or something, or it's got to be something good.
It's a new book.
It's a new book.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be a good new book.
They pulled me, and I tried to get it half off, but they wouldn't. I'll explain that later. We had an argument.
Sorry, Monty, these are new books. We don't give them half off the day they come out.
He said, "Well, you haven't been here in so long. Now you're expecting 50% off everything." I said, "Yep, sure am." I said,
Sure.
"It's a privilege when I walk through that door. I should be. Oh, he's here, 50% off." It didn't work that well though.
So let me ask you, Splash. So then, did you see any of the books I showed? Or you just
I was sitting here feeding my face when I seen them and everything. That's why I said he wants me to jump on. I'm eating. I was sitting here watching
the whole time, Splash going ooh, 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 with a mouthful of food.
Now I was when I see that DC percent, I kind of choked, but
Yeah. Oh, this one here.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a little something in my throat here, but I'm all right now,
No, but then it showed I got the What If 105.
Yeah.
So,
It's a nice book. We was talking about that last night when I got disconnected.
Oh yeah, no, it's a great one. And then it's called the Conan 23, the Red Sonja.
That is a good book. That is a good book.
Yeah, get it now, man. Get it now, because it's about as cheap as it's ever going to be.
Oh, believe me, I got it.
Yeah. Oh, I know you already have it, but I don't have it. I have 24. I don't have 23 yet.
Yeah.
I'll get it. I'll get it. It's coming.
I got it way back then before they made the Conan movie.
Oh, nice. Yeah, well,
yeah. Conan movie came out, I think, when I was born in like 82. So,
I thought it was 77, wasn't it? 75, 77?
Conan the Barbarian movie was, I think, 1982.
Okay, yeah. All right, I'm thinking something else.
Yeah, I think it's 1982.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I feel like it is. I didn't see it till probably 1987 or so, but I'm pretty sure it was 1982.
I know what I have. So I do have one other book that I got, and this is kind of a combination. So I did get this at Heroes. However, I had to take it to Terrificon to get it signed because the artist that was going to sign it was not at Heroes.
So you're telling me to hold back on us, is what you're telling me. Oh,
no.
I already see that.
Yeah. So I got this, but then I got it signed by Joe Jesco.
I actually really want that book still, but it's oddly too expensive for what I want to pay for it.
Yeah, there was a lot of them. Again, that was when I kept going around in circles and because there was a guy who had like 3 of them, and they went from 9.0 to 9.6.
Yeah,
and they were all expensive. And I was like,
he made you spin in circles before you bought it?
No, I went around the convention just kind of trying to see if
I thought you had to spin in circles before he'd sell it to you. These people marking up their books. I just don't understand.
Because some of them I'm cheap. Don't get me wrong. I know that I'm cheap, but I'm also I'm not. I know what books are worth. I'm not paying you fucking $300 over value or $100 over value. I'm just I'm not gonna do that.
I wasn't talking about price markup. I was talking about the marker on the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it's cool. It really is cool.
No, but I mean, like it was just, like, and I understand. It's just like it's a really pretty, I mean, well,
Uh,
I wouldn't call it a pretty cover, but it's a really nicely done cover. So it's just like, yeah, like, of course,
Very
like
cool.
it's gonna demand a premium just like that. And then of course, if it's slab, people are gonna want some money. And I'm
Big
not,
red cover, got Freddy's face on it. First appearance of Freddy. Yeah, man. Nothing,
and I,
nothing I love about that book.
What I was
I'm not against any of that. But what I am against is that, like, I mean, well, the thing is that, like, I'm just kind of thinking about it where it's like, all right, these are slabs, so they're more expensive, which I get. But I'm like, I know I can find a raw one in here somewhere. Somebody has to have it. So that I just went on the mission of, and that's one thing I'll say about Heroes. Like, outside of, I mean, the really really big ghost books that you never see. I mean, if it's something that's, I don't even want to say if it's common, but if it's something that's not like an actual ghost, you will find it in that room. You just gotta can kind of keep looking, because I'll give you an example of a book that I've never seen, never, that was there, and I was so shocked. So there's Snake Eyes. I think it's like Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow number. I think it's like number 19 or whatever like that. It's like this retailer incentive, and it's basically the Purple Rain cover. So it's Snake Eyes on the motorcycle, chilling like Prince on Purple Rain, and that book you can't find. Like the only one I've ever found is on eBay for $6,000, and suffice it to say, yeah, it's a little out of my price range. I'm not gonna sit there and be able to buy no $6,000 book, but they had it there, and that shit was 1,400, and I was like, my god, I was just like, I like. It made me question why I don't have a better job really at that time, because I was like, I can have a better job, and I was just like, why? Why do I keep doing this to myself? But so that book I knew I wasn't gonna find anywhere else, but the other stuff I'm like, dude, I was like, all right, you don't see this here, you can probably see it in another booth. So and that was the thing, and that's kind of, it worked out better for me, I think, at Terrificon than it did at Heroes, because I was able to get some things. But for me, seeing things and then being able to make deals, because Heroes actually helped me with trying to negotiate and get some better deals. So when I went to Terrificon, I kind of had a more confident way about me, and that it worked out for me in some ways. Like in other ways, I took a shot and got shot right down at one point. But I was like, all right, well, I get it. I pulled this move over there, and I figured I could try it over here and see. And not being a jerk, but I was like, I feel like I could kind of take a shot and see what happens. And
No. Guess what? What is it? It's either a museum or or you're selling. So what is it? Do you want to sell me books, or do you want to just look at your books? Because if somebody's not willing to go down in price even a little bit, they gotta understand that you're not buying their books.
Yeah.
what
And the thing was, so it wasn't. I was like, I wasn't really like lowballing. I just was. I had gone a little bit.
No. As long
lower
as you're
than-
being fair, like I don't lowball
Yeah.
too much. I'm pretty fair when it comes to what I'm willing to pay for a book.
Yeah. No, I was fair. I was fair in my offer. It just was a little lower than what that person had wanted, and
Sure.
it's somebody I knew. So I was like, all right, hold on. I was like, so it was one of those easy things. Like, all right, let's negotiate. Let's do like this. But then the other seller that I didn't know, I know their store, but I didn't know this guy at all. I never met him before. So at that point, that's when I kind of played hardball with him, and I'll get into that story tomorrow when I show my Terrificon and stuff. But I was just like, look, dude, I was like it was kind of me being I don't know. I was kind of just no nonsense at that point. And I was like, dude, I know, there's a bunch of these in here. I know that for a fact, because I seen them. I was like, so if you ain't, I was like, this is what I'm paying. This is how it's gonna be. I said, if you don't want that, that's fine. Because there's a guy right over there that has one, and I'm gonna go buy it from him. So it's up to you. I was just like, what do you want to do? And it was just like, he kind of gave me a look. He didn't like he didn't like that I said it like that. And I was just like, it's the truth, though. I was just like, look, I want this, and this, and this is what I'm paying. And he was just like, yeah. And I was like, honestly, I was like, I want these two to go along with this, but I'm gonna tell you right now. I was just like, there's other people that got that book. I was like, and if you tell me no, no problem. I was like, we can work on these ones here. I was like, but if you say I'm gonna go over there and get this one from him, I was like, that's it. And I pointed to the booth and everything. I was like, I'm gonna go right there and get it from that guy. And he was like, all right. And then that's what happened. And then so I felt good about myself. So then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get another deal right now. And it didn't quite go the exact way I wanted to, but it's still it worked out. I was a little bit too emboldened. I was trying to be too powerful.
Got a little too big for your britches, some might say.
No.
With great power comes great responsibility, and you just shattered that, man. You just like, all right, I'm badass, and
pretty much. Well, I still was, man. I still like that wasn't like I didn't just meet my kryptonite and that was it. Like I still made deals. I was able to get a bunch of stuff after
Plastic Fist pulls up a table, so like, all right, I want all you dealers to come one at a time and show me your books. This is my table. Now come show me your books.
I was at a con one time. Hang on, let me tell you this first. The reason I said 1977 on the movie, because I was reading this earlier. And in the back of this book, it has who they're typecasting for the Conan movie, and has Arnold Schwarzenegger, and there's about 3 pages on the new movie they're trying to get going. And that's why I said 77 for some reason. But
I bet you it was in production at that point in time for sure. Like I bet you it was.
Well, that was 5 years. If it was 82 when it came out, that was a long time.
That's really interesting that you say that, because I'm curious if anybody really knows that. Because if you think about that, right, like with everything else, all those random weird stats that we all kind of know and gravitate towards and everything, how is that not like I would say. Something like that would be kind of something like, oh wow, so this is where you get the first mention of Arnold Schwarzenegger being cast as Conan, or who they're thinking about getting, and this and that. So that I mean, I don't know much about Savage Sword of Conan, but that might be one that's a little sought after because of that. And if not, then hey, pick it up now, because once that gets spread out there, then people can make, well, this is the first time they mentioned Arnold in the role, and and it's going to be an extra $10 for that now. So.
Well, I was at this con one time, and I walked over, and this guy had a whole bunch of Golden Age books on the top row, and I said, "Let me see that whole top row." So I sat there and I went through them and everything, picked all the ones I wanted out and everything, and I looked at them and I put the stack over. I said, "You can put them back." I said, "This is what I'll give you for these. I'll be back in an hour." He said, "Well, they might not be there. They might not be there. I might sell them." I said, "Well, if you sell them, that's fine. If you don't, you get an hour to think about what you're going to give. This is what I'm going to give."
How am I the bad guy when Splash is sitting there literally threatening the guy? He's like, "You got an hour." That's like a joke.
No, hang on. What I did, I didn't come back in an hour. I was out looking around and everything, and I said, "Yeah, I'm going to lay simmer on the back burner and everything." He sent a guy out to find me. And said, "Are you going to come back over that booth and see what his offer is on those books?" I said, "Oh, he hadn't sold none of them?" "No, he hadn't sold them." "Are they back on the top shelf?" "Yeah." I said, "Okay, I'll get over there here in a minute. Let me keep wandering around and everything." So I went back over there. He was like, yeah, I didn't think he was coming back." I said, "You sent somebody to get my ass."
Splash threatened somebody. No, he didn't threaten anybody. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like Splash. See, now here's the deal, because Splash goes to his shows, and so he's seasoned in what he's doing. I usually say within maybe like the last year or 2 years, I is where I've been kind of like, oh, can more of, instead of being like, oh, is there anything you can do on this, please, sir, please. It is really what my attitude used to be. I used to be like, oh, if it's the most I can do is $1. Okay, that sounds good. I think I can do that. Yeah. Or just be like, that's the price is the price. If you want this book, then I really want the book, but I just can't afford it. I guess I have to put it back now. And then that used to be really like that, because I feel like until you kind of start getting deals and kind of learning that way, like you're afraid to ask, because me personally, I feel like I was insulting somebody, being like, like I know this book is like a $20 book, but you get it marked for 40, so would you take 30 for it? And I feel like they're gonna yell at me. So that's why I would never do it.
Well, what the deal was is the guy was right next to a booth of a guy that I knew real well. Mm-hmm. And I walked off, and what I found out behind the scenes, he went on, he stuck his head across, "Hey, you know that guy?" I said, "Yeah, I know that guy." And he says, "Well, you wanted to buy that whole top row except for these 3 books and everything." He said, "Did you sell them to him?" He said, "No." This is what this guy was telling me. He said, "You said no. This is what I'm going to give for him," and said, "I'll be back in an hour." And he was over there sweating for an hour, and He said, well, you know that guy real well? And I said, yeah. He said, yeah, I know him real well. He says,
Yeah.
I'm going to send this guy out and see if I can find him. He said, okay. So he come back and I bought
Yes,
him and everything. And plus I come back later and we got to know each other real well and I bought 2 more. So, you
No,
know,
yeah, no.
he had in a box he pulled out and I said, well, ain't them up there? How come them wasn't up there? He says, I'm afraid to put them up there with you around.
Yeah, no,
But
no. Well,
but it did work badly. I don't know. It worked badly for another dealer because I went to another dealer when I bought those. Uh, uh, what were they? Dadgummit. Uh, the Young Allies and Marvel Mystery Comics and another one. I was sitting there negotiating with this one guy and this other guy from what is that name of that? Graham Cracker Comics.
oh yeah,
Graham.
yeah, yeah.
He was sitting right next to the booth and everything, and I walked over there and I was talking to this guy and I knew him real well, and I was sitting there looking at it and I said, all right, I tell you what, I will take these 2 if you will talk him into let me buy that book at this price. And he looked over there at Graham Cracker and he looked back at me. He said, well, you got to deal with him. I said, no. You'll get your 2 books bought from him. I'll buy 2 books from you. But the whole deal hinges on if he lets me have this book over there that he's got for the price I want, too.
Wow.
I say it's going to be a package deal. Then he gets his money and you get your money. I said, I'll be back.
Yeah.
So they sat there and bargained back and forth to each other so he could sell a book and he could sell 2 books. And I was like, okay. Well, I come back and that guy said, he ain't going to do it. And I said, you ain't going to do it? He said, nope. I said, all right, let me have that and over there and that and over there and that and over there, too. And that guy, Graham Cracker, turned around and looked at me and he says, you're buying all those books from him? I said, you had your chance. I had my eye on those
See,
too.
look at this.
So I just bought all them. He got mad. And when I was sitting out front of the hotel and everything, the guy come up there that I knew, and I was sitting out there, and he said on the bench, he said, you pissed that guy off. I said, well, I'm sorry. I said, he wouldn't come down. He said, yeah, after you left, he was telling me, he said, if he comes back over here, I'll sell that book for what he's worth. I said, I ain't buying it now. I said, it's too late now. He said, man, you pissed him off. I said, I don't care.
But that's the thing though. It's just like, you know, like that's your stomping grounds and that's where you're comfortable. And you know, so it's just like, and it's people that you've dealt with a lot. And it's just like, so for me, you know, really, like I never really, like I used to just go to shows and you know, it would just be like, I would buy a book just to buy it straight and everything like that. And not much to go, because again, I used to think that like asking people was kind of, I used to think that it was kind of like insulting them a little bit, just because, I mean, who thinks to do that? Like, like you don't walk into, you know, McDonald's and like, listen, I'd like a Big Mac, please. And, you know, I'm not going to get, like, I don't want any pickles on it though. So
yeah, but we all know that dealers, they do not pay fucking fair market value for comic books.
Yes, so, I've been in the room and I see what they pay for those and everything.
They've got room to negotiate. Don't fool ya. Unless it's like new books, like new comic book day books, they can't negotiate on that. They can give you your 10% discount or whatever they give you a pull list, but they can't really negotiate on that. But like for old books, you know those motherfuckers like I just bought fucking 10,000 books for $100. Don't tell me you can't negotiate.
Yeah, and one book's worth like $700-800.
Yeah. Come on now, bro.
I've been in the room, and I've been allowed in those dealing rooms and seen what they give for them and everything. And I've been in conversations with all those dealers in a bar and out to eat, and they talk at these tables and everything, and they say what they make off of them. And I just keep my mouth shut. Yeah. I only speak when I'm spoken to, and they just, you know, I'm just like the little fly on the wall. That's about it.
Yeah. I
was a cutthroat business, man. It's no joke. It's a cutthroat business out there.
It is, because you know, and they've got to do that too, because they have got an overhead, and they've got to meet that overhead. Plus, they got to pay the utilities, rent, and plus, if there's a Comic Con, they got to pay for the tables, the help, the drive, the hotel.
To get all these big books, the 10 books or the whatever books that are in these boxes, you got to get boxes and boxes of stuff that nobody wants. So That's
So
just
they're ruthless, but they have to be ruthless to a point.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna say the first person I saw that really did that I was like, oh wow, was Erod. I watched him. It was funny because it was like the dealer knew who he was, but like I don't think he ever actually like Erod ever actually bought from him. So he was like, listen, like, I'll buy this. I bet I check this out. I think the grade's this. Yeah, let me get it for this. And the guy at first he's like, I got a price, I can do this and that. Come on, man. He's like, I'm here to spend money. I got money to spend. I got money to spend. Let me spend my money. But this got to be like this. And he kept going. And I remember he did it. And he got a bunch of books from this dude. And I was just like, and he's like, what up, boss? What's going on? I was like, dude, I'm just watching the masterclass happen. I was like, dude, I've never seen anyone do stuff like this before. Like I've never seen someone go with that. So now I'm kind of getting my own way. I'm not saying it's gonna work every time, but
Dude, I walk up to people and say, "Are we doing deals today?" For Pete's sake, hey man, we doing deals today or what? What's going on? Hey man, and some people they'll just laugh at you and tell you to fuck off. Other people will be like, "Yeah, bro, I'm selling books." And you go, "Okay."
See,
All right.
my comic shop was there at one of the cons and everything, and he'll send me over to one of his buddies that he knows that I don't know. And he said, "Well, yeah, you need to go over and check out his booth and everything." I'll go over there, and my comic shop will tell me he's coming over there. And what I found out later on, that I'd go over there, and if I bought a lot of the books that I bought, that guy would make a good trade with my comic shop, because he sold some books. So he said, yeah, he bought a lot of books. I'll do you right on these. I'll trade these and sell these to you at a lower cost and everything, since you did me right. So they're using me too,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and I know that when he says, you need to go check out what's his name over there, it's So Comics.
And
said,
they're using each other.
that's you should get mad. Like, I'm not your whore. I am not your whore.
They're also using each other. If you go the first bit of a con when they're all setting up, these motherfuckers are buying books off each other.
Oh yeah, I've been in that situation too.
They're trading, they're buying, they're swapping and swipping and slipping and slurping. That's what they're doing, and it really is a cutthroat thing.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
What the fuck?
I don't know why. I basically went to change something, and all of a sudden,
Austin doesn't like us talking, I guess.
No, he pulled a me, started clicking stuff, because I'll do that. I'll say, "What's this do?" Click, and I'm
Buttons
gone.
aren't toys, man. Buttons aren't toys.
But yeah, I've what was I saying?
Oh, see, no, it didn't do it for that one. That's ridiculous. All right, that
I
works.
don't remember what I was going to say now.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, we've been back rooms. I've seen the dealings in the back rooms. I've seen what goes on. I've seen the, they might not be able to make a half price deal, but they can give you a couple bucks off. They can give you that.
Oh, that's where I bought. I was at Fan Expo and everything, and I was sitting there, and my LCS owner come over with me to a table to introduce another dealer and everything. We were sitting there talking before the show opened, and they were trading back and forth and everything. I said, well, I can't remember what the book that I bought, the first one was, but I said, I'll buy it for that price if you throw in that Spider-Man 121 in for free. He said, man, that's a 7.0. I said, well, and he kind of looked and kind of grinned and everything. He said, all right. I said, hell yeah. I just made $500 right there off.
When Splash goes to the shows and stuff, this is what it sounds like. So Splash goes to the show, and all of a sudden, people are talking this and that, and he just walks in there trying to be all confident. And this is Splash walking to the show now.
Let's splash after he gets the 121 for free. Yeah, damn right. 121.
I can't walk like that, but that was awesome. I come in there, pimp walking. That's funny. You made me night, man.
Yeah, no, it's. I definitely will say that like as far as that
Oh God.
I do try to see what negotiations I can pull with different things. I do know now. I mean, not to say I've never done it before, but like now I'm just like, all right, like I have an idea of what I can try to do. So because I went to LCS after
Honestly, I usually get at least a few $100s off on eBay. Like I don't like even on eBay, you just send an offer, man. If there's offer, send a fucking offer. What's the worst they can say? Is F off? It's fucking eBay. Who gives a shit what they say?
No,
Yeah,
exactly.
see, I'm not a kind of person to negotiate over the computer. I got to be in person. You know,
I get that. But
I
you
just
can
can't
do it
do that.
anywhere. You can negotiate anywhere, man.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I said, I mean, so I showed this earlier. This was the actual objective book that I was like, I want to leave Heroes with. So I ended up buying this, and
Oh
so
yeah, I've seen that one.
so the price is
book.
$275, and I ended up, I asked, and so I ended up getting this for $225 due to $50 off.
You're getting the next issue, right? Because it's double sized.
Yeah, I already have the 102.
Oh, okay.
So that was the thing. I was dancing around. Like I have a 100. I have one. I have a what's it called? I have a foil edition of 101, and then I had a 102, and I was like, all right. I was like, I just gotta get that 101. So now I have that. So
Got the 101 second print is the weird one. It's like it's got a silver cover instead of the white.
Yeah.
Before I forget, this is the book that I told him I wanted 50% off because I told him I only like half the book. So.
Oh yeah. So that's a reprint of it, right?
Yeah, that's a reprint with it's got a different artist that did the cover, remake of the cover. I told him, I said, because I got every single one of the giant size and it had Spider-Man in it, and I said, well, I'll pay you $10 for it because I only like half the book. You know, and they started laughing, and but this is
that's Alex Ross. That's Alex.
Yeah,
Ross,
Alex Ross.
But yeah, so that's funny because if that either came out this week or recently, it's funny because we were talking backstage yesterday, and you said like, oh, I got all the treasuries, I'm all set with those, and all of a sudden I was like, oh wow, I was like, so then this one comes out, and it's like, you don't get this one. That's exactly how
what is today? Today Tuesday or Wednesday?
Today's Tuesday, but I'm sure
this comes out tomorrow. This comes out tomorrow.
You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to show that splash.
Well, I live in Arizona. Find me. But anyway.
But that's is just, I would say, really looking at that too. It looks like it's put together a little better than the older one was, because the older one wasn't square bound. It was just like it was just regular bound. So
they got there's 3 different covers. There's just a reprint cover, that one, and a full cover.
Jeez.
Yeah, and I wasn't buying the full cover. I was like, I don't need no full cover. They said, well, you want the reprint original? And I said, what's that one? He said, it's Alex Ross. I went, well, I got the original. I don't want to reprint of one I already got. Let me give it to Alex Ross. They said, all right.
It's a good pick. Alex Ross is one of the best.
I figured it was.
So now, I'm curious then. So then, do you? Because I know it's that one's straight DC. There's no Marvel at all. Do you have the Superman versus Muhammad Ali?
Yes, I do.
I was gonna say, I figure you would, just because I mean,
because of Muhammad Ali. That's the only reason.
Yes. I realize that. Like that one without saying, but I was just like, I figured that, even if you have your Marvel bias, I would figure that even the most hardcore Marvel collector would put their bias aside for that book, just because it's a good book. It's a great one. I mean,
it's also, if you're collecting all the treasuries, you can't be like screw that one. That one's no.
All the DC treasuries, I don't have one of them.
You don't have any of them.
That one.
No, I don't have any of them. But all the crossover treasuries, I got all those. They're all over there. Like was talking last night, I got every treasury, even the newest one, so I'm still up to date.
Yeah. Well, supposedly, I think that they're starting to do them again, because they have the Deadpool and was it Deadpool and Batman or whatever it is.
Yeah. And I'll probably end up with a Ratman and Deadpool.
I mean, who knows? Like, maybe they're gonna do another Amalgam Comics where they have the crossover characters.
I did get some toys too.
Oh, there you go.
I'll show you.
My sister GameStops today, which is kind of out of character for her. Like she was like, "Oh, I'm going to go to GameStop," and then she came back. She had a couple of pops. She had a Jubilee pop and a Jack the Pumpkin King pop, and then she bought some Star Wars video games. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So it is.
Post up on Instagram about all he's got a bunch of the old 90s or 80s superhero toys. They're really awesome.
Yeah, I got a bunch of the early toys too, but they're all put up. It'd take act of Congress to get up there and get them.
Hawkman.
I've got ever Marvel Select except for 2 now. But I was in Wally World and picked this little jewel up.
Oh, nice.
Hey,
movie.
Pedro Pascal.
That guy's got long arms, man.
Yeah, Galactus almost
popped
him apart like a rubber band in the movie.
I know.
I think for a while I had the only or one of the few that you didn't have, because I remember that I think it was the Incredible Hulk one. It was either the Incredible Hulk one or the Wolverine one. You're like, Boston, you don't really want that now, do you? I'm like, yes, of course I do. Like, no, you don't want. You can just send that to me. I'm like, all right, Splash, whatever.
I'm sure I ended up finding and getting it because I got all the Wolverines. And
it was either that or the Hulk when you were freaking out about it. Oh, that nice big Galactus.
And I ended up getting
Oh, thanks. There you go.
the only one I couldn't find. I went to 3 Walmarts. Sue Storm. I don't know if they made Sue Storm or didn't make Sue Storm. I cannot find it.
She was using her power, Splash.
She was invisible.
She was invisible, yeah.
Because I even asked the toy guy in the back and everything, my toy guy, and he said, I don't think we got a Sue Storm in that pallet. And I was talking to him, and he was actually there stocking when I was there. And I said, hey, dude, what's up? He said, I know what you're here for. I said, yeah. He said, you should have got here early. And but we found these and everything, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing that I would say with that too is that you're 5 days removed from Christmas, so it's just like, you give them a week or two, they probably have more in just because.
They're probably on eBay right now for $40 if I just look. But he said there wasn't. He didn't think there was boxes on that pallet that had a Invisible Girl on it.
What
and
was
I was
the
like,
name?
Are you sure?
What was the toy? It's just Marvel.
It's off the movie. No, this is Marvel Studios, The Fantastic Four, First Steps. This is off the movie, the new movie that come out whenever it did. And like I said, I couldn't find Sue Storm at all.
I mean, what I say with that is, just give it a little time. They'll probably have a restock or whatever. And
I don't know. It was a Christmas stuff, so. And I didn't realize they were out until I seen a TV, something on TV. It was, and it had those in the background, and I went, whoa, what are those? Then I went to Walmart looking.
Yeah, I remember the LGN. So they kind of made these like remake of the LJN old big rubber WWE action figure thing. So like how the ones they had in the 80s, so that they had a Hogan, they had a John Cena, they had a Logan Paul, and who was the other one? They had 4, and a Dusty Rhodes. And so they had the 4 of them, and I know that the Hogan sold out like instantly. Like people saw that and like, oh my god, I remember having this. So they bought out all the Hogan ones. I don't know if they'll do another one, but like that was for the holidays. And then there was something else that's coming out exclusive soon that I saw it, and I forget what it was. I forget what it was going to be, but yeah, like and the exclusive toys are all crazy. Like they always have something that's happening. It's like, we should get this because you're gonna get it. So what they used to do was pretty cool. They did for a while. Walmart used to have these reissues of G1 Transformers, and they kind of stopped doing that. So I guess they've gotten through all the different ones they were gonna do, but I enjoyed those because those are fun.
I tell you something I did see in Walmart that I tried to I got my guy looking on for me to get. They're big, huge displays. They're like acrylic cases, and it has the wall on back, and it has Spider-Man and Punisher and all the Marvel Legends about 4 or 5 of them in there, and they're in closed acrylic cases, sort of like what do you build these dioramas in school?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, they're up there and they're come straight from Mattel, and they are in there. And I was pulling one off the shelf and trying to look for a price, and it said property of Mattel, not for sale. And I said, oh man, these are displays. And yeah, I'm trying to get a hold of 1 or 2 of those. They had a G.I. Joe one, a Transformer one, and a Spider-Man one, and I can't remember what the other one was. And my guy is seeing what he can do on that. He's going to talk to the manager and everything. So I mean, they're literally probably 2.5 feet across, and I don't know, 14 inches tall, and they got the cardboard background, little dioramas, and they're in there. Have you seen them?
No, but his you trying to take away like store fixtures, and I need these store fixtures.
Yeah, I got a lot of store fixtures, man. What are you talking about?
I got displays in my house because
I actually have 2 Batman Returns posters from I think Zeller's. No, I can't remember the store they were hanging on, but it shows on the poster. But they're humongous.
Yeah,
and they're worth a good buck. I wouldn't even know how to fucking ship them. They're so big.
I got the Guardians of the Galaxy cardboard cutout from the movie theater. I got the Silver Surfer cutout from the movie theater. I got a whole bunch I even got the menus from Sonic. That you drive up to the little window and the menus are right there.
Yeah.
I got all sorts of stuff.
My friend's wife tried to take. I should say she's tried to.
These were given to me, though. I didn't take nothing. They were given.
So she bought a drink. It was just regular drink at the movie theater when Beetlejuice 2 came out, and so we went and saw it, and then she said, "We got to take that back. It's part of the merch. We got to take it." I was like, "It's a paper cup." I was just like, "You don't need to keep a paper cup." But she took it. They ended up throwing it out a little later on, but still. Like they had it for like 2 weeks, and my friend seems like this is just a paper cup. I'm throwing it out, and she's like, "All right, fine." But she was all about it. Like she wanted to keep that cup. Like she was like, she thought it was like I was like, was it a souvenir cup? It's like, no. Well, yeah, it's a souvenir cup, but it's just a regular one. I'm like, so a regular paper cup? I was like, you might just want to ask them like when the movie gets out in a couple of months, not even in a couple of months. Ask them in like a couple of weeks. Hey, can I have a whole sleeve of those cups? Because they'll probably give you the movie cups if they have like something printed on them. They don't care. What are they gonna do with them?
You remember them little rubber things that Marvel was giving away in stores? The little packages you open, they had the little Marvel figures, little bitty ones in there, and you had a game you played them on.
Oh, HeroClix, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got 2 boxes, 2 complete sets of those, and in the supermarket. They had the big signs hanging up and the ones that ran down the wall. I got the whole store gave me every one of those signs and everything. I got every one of those.
Nice.
I mean,
nice.
Like you said, I got
why? Why Splash? But why?
They had Marvel on them. They had the Iron Man and Spider-Man. But why? Because it's pop culture, dude. I collect all that stuff. Now you know why I built such a big barn.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I know. I'm aware. I just, sometimes I like you to explain it to me.
But those signs, and I mean, I don't know why. I'm a hoarder, dude.
All right. Are you gonna make a big display, a big, huge Marvel display with those?
I did at one time. They were hanging on the walls and everything. I was showing my books off, and they were all behind me. And yeah, I mean, it was. I still got them all, and
You have room for what? 3 studios in there?
No, it's getting full.
Wow.
I'm got to get my shipping container. That's going to happen this summer, though. My shipping container will happen this summer.
Yeah, they're not that. Actually, they're fairly inexpensive, to be honest.
Well, the 40-foot ones aren't.
What are they? 28, like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000?
A 40-foot is like $8,000.
Oh, that's a little.
Yeah, pricey. That's delivered and set up.
Okay, not so. That's still pretty.
Because you got to have a semi truck to bring them in.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I got to build a top over it and everything because I don't want whatever's in there to cook in the sun. Then I got to put vents in the top of it. And
that's hilarious. I just going to check something out, and so I typed in my name, Boston Chris, and then I saw something that said the Boston Chris Show, and I'm like, what the hell is this? So there's a channel called the Boston Chris Show, and
There's also a character in New York or he's from Boston. He played on Survivor, and it's Boston Chris.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's Boston Rob. Sorry, my bad.
All right, Boston Rob. Oh yeah. No, that's what Otto used to call me. Otto always Boston Rob. I'm like, Rob. My name's Chris. And he's like, oh, Boston Rob. I'm like, oh no, I'm Boston Chris. So Otto must have watched Survivor.
I think Boston Rob. He played poker until he went broke, and his wife told him to quit, so he had to stop.
Yeah, gambling's not so good when you're losing all the time.
So this Boston Chris show, his avatar is it's kind of weird, like the little show icon thing that he has, because it looks kind of like me, but not exactly. It's just like just this like black and white image of a guy with a beard and long hair. And then when I went into his videos to like actually look at him, he looks almost exactly like Splash, just wearing a Boston hat. It's hilarious.
I'm not gonna lie, Boston. There's also a late night Insomniac show, and it takes place like a guy from New York does it, and I'm like, are you kidding me right now? It's like, like it sounds like CJ, but it looks like somebody else.
Chris found my secret channel.
Oh, dude, like this guy's a maniac though. He got first of all, he's got way more subscribers than I do. That's number one. And then he also like he has like a trailer, and he's got like Hacksaw Jim Duggan and all these people. Hey, you're watching. I'm like, whoa, this guy's doing it right. I'm terrible at this, but apparently he does video games and everything. So if
it's wrestling, it sure as hell ain't another channel.
Oh no, he's got wrestling on there. He's got singers. He's got all that. Like this guy is touching everything. Like,
I don't do wrestling. I can't keep up. I mean, I don't wrestling. I'm not putting anybody down for wrestling, but it's just too much drama for me.
You can watch it now. There's almost no drama at all.
Well, if I want to watch drama, I'll release the cats where the squirrel is, and I'll sit there and watch them chase each other. That is hilarious.
Yeah. Boston, I gotta get out of here. I gotta wake up for work.
All right, man. That's no problem. Thank you for stopping on. Again, I'm gonna be on tomorrow. Tomorrow I do a show probably in the afternoon, and I'll do another one at night. So I just do that one. That's gonna be the New Year's Eve show. So you're more than welcome to come back on, man. So
well, I won't be home in the afternoon because we are playing in the Orange Bowl.
Oh. Bowl.
And by golly, go Red Raiders.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do my Terrificon haul tomorrow, probably afternoon at some point, and then I'll go ahead and like, later on
I'll have to sneak watch that one at work. I think.
Yeah, my buddy told me today when he called me. He said, "You come over and watch the game at my house?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "What do I need to bring?" He says, "I don't know. Bring what you want." So I'm gonna make up a whole bunch of guacamole and bring some chips and make some sausage balls and everything. And then he told me, he said, "Man, make sure you bring you some beer." I said, "Dude, what?" He said, "Yeah, you're gonna drink. It's good luck if you drink when they're gonna win." I said, "Well, they're gonna lose because I ain't drinking. That ain't gonna happen." I said, "It'll be your fault." And I said, "I don't know." I said, "No, my sausage balls. I'll put a little bourbon in the mix and everything, and you'll have bourbon sausage balls." So
there you go. But
that's what we're gonna do.
You guys have a good rest of your night, man.
All right, man. I will talk
to you. Bye,
Blake.
Peace. Later, Splash.
Later.
But yeah, we've been on this for just about an hour and a half, so I'll probably go ahead and shut this down just because, we'll go ahead and be back on tomorrow, do my Terrificon haul, and then, and then later on at night we're gonna have the New Year's Eve show where I just kind of go over all the different stuff that I picked up over the year, and then so that we're gonna pick up for next year, and then other people come on and hang out, and they can show books and hang out and just have some fun, ringing the new year, talking about comics and just having some fun. So, thank you everybody for watching. If you're catching us on the rewind, again, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. That was my haul from Heroes Con. I want to say to everybody that was there, thank you for helping and making that trip a blast. It was such a good time, and I hope to get to hang out with you guys again. When I do go back down, probably a couple years from now. But definitely want to get back out to that con. And if you guys are ever up in the Northeast and you have a chance to go to Terrificon, please join me. I love Terrificon. It's one of my favorite conventions that we have, probably the best show in the Northeast. And I advertise it out to everybody and say, come on down, because it's a great, great time. So, but I'll be showing my Terrificon books tomorrow, and then just kind of hanging out and doing all that type of stuff. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you, Splash, for hopping on and having some fun. Bleak is relegated to the chat, so thank you again, Bleak, for popping on, and definitely hop on tomorrow. We'll hang out. But that's been it. That's been the Heroes Con Hall, and just kind of hanging out, having some fun, doing a little 48 hours before my birthday, just because my birthday is the 1st. So that's part of the New Year's Eve stream. Kind of hang out with some people, bring in the new year and they, hey, it's my birthday. Woo! So anyway, everybody have a good night. See you guys tomorrow. Take it easy.
We out of here.